Guys. All right, hey everybody. Can I get started? Want me to wait a few more minutes, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, give them 2 more minutes.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna do, while we're here, I'm just gonna do a quick post and let our Facebook group know. Okay, guys. Okay, you don't have access. Let me try that again and make sure that that link is shareable. Thank you for checking that. Let's see. Thank you. Hold on, I'm gonna repost this here.
That did it.
That worked now? Okay, great. Awesome. All right, let's see. Can I go ahead and share my screen with you guys? And then we'll get started. Okay, bear with me here. Okay, so happy 2020. I'm sure everybody is relieved to get into the new year. We want to really make sure we're here to support you and kind of get you on track to make sure that 2021 is your best year ever. So what we have found is that our business, our best quality business, the best leads that we get is always going to be from our sphere of influence and from our past clients. And so what we do here today is we're going to kind of go through how we can increase business through our sphere and our past clients and the way that we do this on our team, and give you kind of a template on how you might be able to do it for yourselves. So let's break it down. All right. So we always like to do all of our decisions based on data. And one thing is that we're always looking at and we're always measuring, and we all know this, right? We know that our best business comes from our sphere and from our past clients. And yet, over and over again, every single year when NAR does these studies, it's the agent, the buyers, the sellers, the clients, they forget who we are. They forget our names, right? And unless we're staying in front of them, then how can we expect them to do any different, right? So our goal is always going to be to stay in front of our clients, to always be top of mind. And so the plan that we have put in place is going to be able to do that for you. One thing that I really want to share with you guys, this is something, that I read, and it just really, really resonates with me. And I really want you guys to think about this, to think hard on this, is how can we, as agents, how are we going to present our clients' properties and market for our clients when we're not even professionally marketing ourselves, right? Like, really think about that for a minute. We're telling our clients, hey, trust me, I'm going to market your property. I'm going to get the most eyes on it so that you get the best price when we're not even professionally marketing ourselves. So we really need to kind of think through that a little bit, right? The way we market ourselves, the way we market our business is going to show our clients how we're going to market for them, for their house, for their largest investment. So if we can't even do it for ourselves, how are we going to get them to trust us to do it for them? So really kind of think on that. And that really is a lot of the premise behind a lot of what we do here. So here's what we learned. We got to be relevant. We've got to be memorable, authentic, everywhere, consistent, professional and systematized. And this is how we are going to do it. So we do it through a multi-channel marketing strategy. Not one portion of this is more important than another. So when you take all these individual pieces, you are going to have a compound effect on your marketing. But what you have to make sure is that you have consistent branding and that you have consistent, really kind of consistent looks, so that you are getting that compounding effect happening when you layer all these different channels of marketing. And I really can't say one is more important than the other. Each one has its own relevance, and you really kind of need to be everywhere. You want your clients saying to you, I see you everywhere. That is always kind of the highest compliment someone can give me, is that we see you everywhere. So here's what I mean about kind of staying consistent. You can kind of see that the look is very kind of similar. It's got the same vibe. People can kind of identify, oh, this must be something from, from Sharra, from Gary, from whomever. So you really want to have some type of cohesive look across the board in all of your different mediums. Now, what I want to start with is kind of choosing what's your big thing for the year. And then let's use those as our big rocks, and then let's fill in between those. So I am a huge believer in events because I hate cold calling. I hate it. I know this is anti-KW, but somebody else there has got to feel the same way as me. I just don't like it. It's awkward for me. I'm not comfortable. But what I do like doing is I like calling and telling my clients about events and inviting them or giving them something of value. That I love doing. I have no problem calling, texting, doing that all day long. But to call and just say, hey, you have any business for me? Never really doesn't sit right with me, right? So what we like to do is plan out events. Now, here is my challenge to the Market Center. Surprise. Is that I think really that the Market Center, the agents together, it doesn't have to be sponsored by the Market Center. It could be agents getting together, whatever it is, but there's no need to take on an event by yourself. There's really no need. Team up, get a group, do it through the Market Center, which is really what I think we should get a group of people to do, and have the support and do it together. It's okay. I'm not taking your clients. You're not taking my clients. We get it. But we can singularly advertise a group event. So something like a shredding event, great opportunity for you to be able to customize an invitation, send it out to your clients, and use that as your touch. That gets you so many touches, just one event. can get you like 4 touches, and that's amazing. So another one could be, and that's an easy one, so easy to do, and so many people can participate. It actually works better when you have more people participating. And I would do a shredding and electronic recycling. So that would be my recommendation. So however, folks can do it, but I think that it should be done as a group or at a market center level. And I think that you guys, everybody could really benefit from that 100%. The other thing is you can do a couple things, but one is, I know every year Exton does a coat drive for like this, I think it's like the CWYA. So why don't we do like a coats and cans? So whether it's, not everybody has a coat that they, that they don't want that year, but everybody's got stuff that they can look through in their pantry and kind of, get our, do a can drive, a food can drive. That can be an event, guys. So don't think an event has to be this like huge circus, thing. A coat drive and a can drive, it has a cool name, like we can come up with a cool graphic, and that can be an event. So let's like not make it a little bit more complicated, but again, it is such a good reason to reach out to your folks. It's a great text, it's a great phone call, and then it's a great thank you, right? So a follow-up after they drop something off, or we go pick it up. So, and then another one that maybe you do during the summer, again, as a group, no one needs to take these on individually, is to do maybe like a food truck fest. Like we had a great, when we did our grand opening here, that was great. It doesn't have to be a food truck fest. It can be, ice cream at the park. And maybe we do some like simple games or something like that. And it's done in the summertime. And we have maybe, an ice cream truck come or something like that. It doesn't have to be crazy. People are always looking for things to do. And so to have a nice kind of break in the summer and do something fun at a local park, great. But those are just some ideas on ways that we can collectively, as an office, as a market center, support each other and do these events. Because those events are kind of those big rocks. And once we build those big rocks, then we can kind of fill out the rest of the marketing plan. So that's what I've got for events for you guys right now. Let me just check in here. Yeah, we did, Jim had done 2 food truck nights and had a lot of success with them in his neighborhood, because that's also something that you can do if you have a farm. Like if you're doing a geographic farm, you could do it for your farm as well, which is really a good idea too, to get even more business. Now, we've got our events, pop buys and mail buys. So our clients love these, love them. Now, what I would do is, don't do these, and I'll show you kind of in the plan when we go through it, but a pop buy or a mail buy can be something so simple, so little, but it's memorable. It's a memorable touch. So basically what we want to do, it depends on, it depends on your schedule. I mail them out because physically it's hard to kind of get everywhere. So I do mail buys, and a couple here that I had ideas for like the next couple months would be, and listen, some of these are cheesy, but that's okay. It's okay that they're cheesy. It's okay that they're goofy. They're memorable and they're fun. So or you could do like individually packaged, and so you can just mail these. You can get individually, wrapped masks, face masks, like just like the disposable ones, and you can do a cute little here to cover your real estate needs. Get a mask cover. You can do a packet of hot chocolate, like a gourmet hot chocolate packet, and it's cold outside, but the real estate market's hot. Something like that. Again, I know that they're a little silly, but they absolutely work. They didn't work, we wouldn't do them, because I'll tell you what's going to happen is that your clients are then going to take pictures of it when they receive it, and then they're going to reach out to you, and you're, again, top of mind then multiple times. So super cute. We did this little ornament. We sent this out to our as our pop buy for over the holiday season. So there's lots of different ones you can do, and they don't have to be hard. They don't have to be expensive, but I would do these when you're not doing an event. Even if you can do them once a quarter, still it's something that's memorable. And you're not doing this to everybody. You're doing this to your A's, right? Your A clients, your A sphere. So, maybe you're sending out like 50, whatever it is. But yeah, you're just doing it to your A's. Okay, postcards. So we had an agent who joined our team this year, and we had everyone come in and do Thanksgiving cards. And he said to me, I got 2 referrals from writing Thanksgiving cards. Guys, it works. It works. Again, it's about staying consistent. It's about staying top of mind. But yeah, to get in front of your clients, we have to do a lot of different things. We never know when we're going to hit them at the right time, right? So doing Thanksgiving cards, I love, because everybody gets Christmas cards, but Thanksgiving cards, just coming from gratitude, you always can put a really nice message in there. And then maybe doing a handwritten note in the spring, and then interspersing that with your postcards, which are just really, really simple and easy to do. That will keep you top of mind, especially to those people who, have too much email noise or maybe don't pay attention on social. But I always ask people, well, where did you hear about our event, for example? Oh, we got your postcard. So that's why we build the events first, because then that is then going to be our topic for some of our postcards. And so that's, again, kind of how we're building out the marketing plan, but these are all the components of it. So next up, we're going to talk about newsletter. A lot of the content that you guys use in a postcard can be reused in the newsletter. So we don't have to totally reinvent the wheel for every single thing that we're doing. Let's reuse the content. So whatever that message is, let's say it's an invitation, hey, we're having a shredding event. You can put that in here. And then maybe you're going to put your just listed, just sold. Maybe you're going to put, hey, my clients are amazing. It's this great family, or maybe we can't say family. It's great buyers. They're super qualified and they're desperate to live in the neighborhood of, tall trees. Does anybody know anybody who may have something coming up? Whatever it is, but use that. People want to, people are always willing to help, right? And so use it to be able to customize, to add some things in there. But again, email it out. The other email that I'm going to recommend that you do is going to be one that is set up in the MLS, so set up in Bright. If you haven't done so already, set yourself up so that you are sending out to all your past clients a monthly real estate update. So in your Bright, you don't have to do anything crazy, just do it in Bright. And in the Bright search, your monthly, Whitebriar market update from Sharra and an emoji. And send that out so it goes out once a month only to that particular client so that they can see what's going on in their neighborhood. Okay, simple and easy. That's 2 then touches. If you're sending out a newsletter and then they're getting that, that's 2 great touches just through email. All right. Oh, let me jump back. And if you really want to get kind of fun, you can add in video in your emails too, your email newsletter. So you can do a block where you do a video. So a lot of times what I'll do is just kind of read the script that I had written out for the actual text in the email, and that's it. But it's your face. Stay top of mind. So great, easy way to do it. And here's the thing with video, you just got to do it, right? No one, I can tell you no one, not even the best person on video feels confident about being on video, no one. So don't think you're unusual, just get out there and do it, and you're your own worst critic. So absolutely, people love, love, love video. I ran into somebody in Target. They're like, oh, we saw your video about something. And I was like, really? I didn't know anybody watched it. But anyway, so yeah, definitely use those videos. You would be amazed at who watches them. So, and then they know you as the real estate expert. All right, let's keep moving. Social media. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. People are looking you up on social media. They are doing their research on you by looking you up on social media. So you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Again, go back to, if you can't market yourself, how are you going to market my house, right? I mean, really. So if you don't have a professional social media presence, then it's really kind of saying something to your clients. So I can't emphasize enough. Listen, I don't care if you engage on it. I don't care if that's you really just prefer to post on your personal. Have it, and have consistent postings on it. Now, I get some people don't really feel comfortable kind of planning these things out or can't come up with the content. Here's the thing. We have this career that people make a whole TV channel about, right? People always want to see what we're doing. So just then use stories. So you can story everything, story a tour of the house, story what you're doing today. People will watch it. And again, like HGTV is built around our career. So we live it every day. So what may not be kind of all that interesting to us actually is really good content for other people to watch. So really embrace the stories, especially if you can consistently post. At least if you're doing stories, then you're staying out there in front of people and they're seeing what you do, right? Because you're showing them that you're the professional. You're showing them like, it doesn't have to be like your listing. It doesn't have to go to new construction and do it. It doesn't matter, but just get out there, show what you're doing, show you're actively working, because people who are busy tend to get more business and they're going to see that. Okay. These are just some more examples of kind of being professional and having that kind of consistent look there. Okay. So what I want to do, guys, is let's jump into the marketing template that I put in the link there. So what I did, and bear with me 1 second. Get an X out of that. Okay. All right, so what I did here is I did fill in some things on here, but I left kind of a lot of it blank, because you may want to customize this. You may want to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction than maybe I did, but here's going to be my recommendations. So again, let's start with those big items. So I like to do a shredding event right after tax day, like the 3rd or 4th weekend in April. Again, so usually what happens, it's about like $500 or so to get the shredding truck. The e-waste, I don't 100% know. I don't recall, because I canceled that event because of COVID last year. So I don't remember where we ended up with it. But again, that is just an event that would be great to have at the end of the month of April. So let's look at how many touches you get from just that event, which again, you don't have to do yourself. Let's pull together and do something like this. So you would do, your mailing would be the invitation to the event. Your email newsletter in there would be the invitation to the event. You don't do a pop-by that month, but then do a call and a text to email out the invitation. And when you send that out, it really is just a JPEG of the mailing. Okay, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy, or you can just say, hey, want to make sure you save the date. So with that, that gives you an entire month of content. And then you also get that potential face-to-face time. But don't be discouraged if your people don't come to the event. That's okay. That is totally fine. So a lot of times it's just getting that message out. So don't ever be discouraged by not having a great turnout. It's just really about getting that message and having that good come from contribution touch that's going out to your folks. So then if we go down and we look at, okay, the other kind of event that we can do real easy, we can do it together. The coats and cans can be in November, right? So that makes sense to do it then. And we do, again, an entire marketing campaign around that. So that goes in your newsletter. That goes in your, we can make something in the Thanksgiving card. Oh, by the way, please remember about the coat and can drive that we have. Again, I wouldn't do a pop-by that month, but maybe you do a reverse pop-by, right? Maybe you do it where you will come pick up any cans or coats. And so it's a reverse pop-by. So we can do that as well. And then again, the call and the touch saying, hey, we've got this great event. We'd love if you can support us. I'm happy to come by, pick up those cans, or drop them by anytime by our office. So it's such an easy conversation, guys. And it's so nice to be able to have those conversations without being like that salesy person. So, all right. The other event that I think we can kind of squeeze in, or that I would kind of, hope you could do something around, would be to do something in the summer, like around July. So this can be, if it's not an in-person event, like something at the park with ice cream, which again, is super simple to kind of accomplish. What it could also be, though, is really something as simple as a coloring contest. So how many people are always looking for things for their kids to do in the summer? So it could almost be like a pop-by / event where maybe you drop off, like go to the dollar store, get a bunch of like crayon packs, and draw your dream house, and we do a contest about that or something like that in the event, and the winner gets a $25 gift card or a $50 gift card to Target. something like that. So where you're getting like families involved, I think that would be a good one too. Like if you didn't want to actually do an event, you can do something like that. You would create an event around that. So it's a contest. So they could vote on social media. People really like that. Again, even if they don't want to participate, you're still coming with a positive message. But always try to tie it back into real estate in some way. So I always like with the shredding event, obviously we're talking about cleaning out your home, spring cleaning, house, get your house ready for sale, those kind of things. Draw your dream house, that kind of thing, you know, the perfect outdoor backyard, like that can tie into your newsletter. And then the same thing on, you know, the coats and cans, clean out your, you know, kind of clean out your house. All those things can kind of tie back in. So we're not doing something that's like totally off the wall. We're still kind of trying to keep it home and or real estate related. Okay. So, sorry, I'm trying to kind of talk fast and get through everything because what I want to do here. So guys, I would take this, I put in dates for you so that they're target dates in here. So like literally fill this out, print this out, keep it on your bulletin board or somewhere like on your desk and use this as your tracker that you're kind of accomplishing all these things. It's not real hard to implement and you can get the content in multiple places. So that's where we struggled. We always struggled with, you know, well, we've got these ideas, but like, where do we get the content? There's numerous places that you guys can get content. So you can look at, I know a lot of people subscribe to Keeping Current Matters. They've got great content out there. So you can kind of pull from some of their content, use that for your newsletters. Which Jeff, I think is going to go over in just a minute, is, you know, use Command as a resource. So the postcards and the things that are in designs, the newsletters, you can also use those as well. So there's various places where you can get content. What we do on our team, sorry, let me just jump back in here. This is one of my first times using Canva as my presenting tool. Usually I'll download it and put it in Microsoft PowerPoint, but anyway, so it's cool. I didn't know you guys didn't know you could also do them through Canva Direct. Anyway, so what our team does is and this is kind of how we created Blink Marketing. If you guys don't know, if you haven't seen us, we have all the content built out for you. This isn't like a sales presentation on Blink. It's a resource. If you guys want to use it, take a look, blinkmarketingagency.com, where we have all the content. It's not the only place that you can get content. Like I said, we've got definitely options on Command, Keeping Current Matters. There's a lot of different places, but what I'm going to encourage you to do is just make sure that you've got consistent branding if you're using different sources, because that's, again, that's when you get the compound effect with your marketing. Also make sure with your marketing that, again, what you have matches all your materials. So whatever you're using, when you're doing these postcards, when you're doing these newsletters, make sure that your branding is consistent and you're using that for your listing presentation. You're using that for like buyer seller guides, things like that. Just make sure you're cohesive in your, in your presentation, because it always goes back. I can't say it enough. How you market yourself is how you're going to market my home. All right, that's just that. And yeah, so if you need us, we're here. But that's kind of what we do in terms of like putting together like a marketing template. There is a link. If you go to the top of the chat there, you should be able to access the marketing template. So just go and make a copy of it. And if you make a copy of it, then you should be able to go ahead and edit. And I would, like I said, I would definitely use that as your guideline. Now, just don't forget, the one thing that's not in here and not planned out for you, because you have to do it consistently, is that social media. So really, you should be posting at least 3 times a week, and just make sure that that is, professionally branded, good content there. Because again, it's all about going back to your image as a professional. All right. Do you guys have any questions? No? Hopefully this is something that you can use. If we, like I said, if we want to kind of collectively get together and see if we can, plan out some of these events and kind of do them together, I am totally on board for that. I think, I don't think you need to reinvent the wheel. And I think that, more people involved is better. So especially on these types of events with a drive or with a shredding event. Okay. So Jeff, I know you've got.
Can I give Sharra a quick question?
Yeah.
Sharra, so I really like this program they have through Blink. I don't want to do it, but do you also do like new listing postcards?
Have all of that in there. Mm-hmm.
Everything's in there?
Mm-hmm. They're templates that you just kind of drop in your photo and your image.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So again, it stays kind of that cohesive branding.
And how do they go out? Do you mail them out, or what happens with them?
For just listed, just sold, what we actually do is we recommend you using Command on that. We found that Command has the best prices, and what you're going to do with a just listed, just sold, typically you're going to kind of canvas the neighborhood, right? So what you're going to do is you're really using like every door direct mail through Command. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the postcard, basically the postcard template, and you're going to upload that, and Command really easily lets you kind of circle that area or select that area and mail through there. Now we typically will do like a 6x9 because we feel like the 4x6s tend to get lost in the mail, not but just lost in your mail as you're going through things. But yeah, absolutely, and we're happy to kind of help take anybody through that process.
Great.
We use Vistaprint for our sphere of influence though, and our past clients. So we do use a couple different services, but like I said, you can use Command for all of it, and they've got really, really good pricing on that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep, I'm good to go.
Okay.
So all I'm doing here is kind of piggybacking on what Sharra's saying. So if you are not somebody who is going to use Blink Marketing to really assist, and you're more hands-on, you just want to do things on your own, I just wanted to be able to show you guys a couple tools really quickly that you have at your fingertips to do this on your own. This isn't going to be like a step-by-step, tech training or anything like that. I just kind of want to make you aware of what's available to you in Command. So let me just pop this up real quick here. Give me 1 second, sorry. Where did it go? I lost it. It's like I've never done this before. This is my first Zoom. Did you guys know? This is my first Zoom I've ever done.
Welcome to the 21st century, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. I'm all right. Anyway, so you guys can see my screen now. So when you're in Command, to kind of, I'll just kind of reference the spreadsheet that Sharra was just showing, but there is a way to complete all of those steps through Command. So Designs is a really powerful tool. If you haven't played around in Designs yet, KW has provided hundreds of different templates for postcards and email newsletters, different social posts. They're all in here. So just to kind of show you a real brief overview. Again, it's not a step-by-step. I just want to show you all of these different templates that they have. And they're all 100% customizable, so you can do your own thing, put your own logos, your own pictures, your own listings. Here's all the templates that they have over here. So something to advertise your app, but if you're doing listings, here's a bunch of different, for sale listings. So there's long ones, there's wide social posts, there's square social posts, and again, all completely customizable, and you can use these as you see fit. There's also buyer templates down here. If you're doing, where'd they go? Here's a buyer presentation template here. There should be a listing presentation one. I thought there was. I don't know where it is now, but it was there. There's a listing presentation in there somewhere. I can find it and share it with you guys if you want. But there's just tons of different templates here that you can use. So that's just one thing that you can think of. Another piece of Command that you can use to streamline this is the whole idea of smart plans. So you could set up a smart plan, or for your client, Sharra was mentioning that maybe you do like a once a month, neighborhood information email to your database. So that could be something you build into here, and KW, and this will automatically send it out with the whatever neighborhoods you set up their account to share. So KW has a library full of different smart plans if you haven't noticed, but here's like a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. Let me see. I think there's a monthly neighborhood nurture, and you can see, gonna add it. I already have it in my thing. Sorry. Here it is, my monthly neighborhood nurture. So you can see it simply sends out an email, and it'll show you the stats on the neighborhood of that client. So it'll say, hey, everything in Westchester is looking good. Here's some stats. The average sale price is going up or down. How many listings have closed this month? How many went under contract? And then in 30 days, it'll do it all over again. And it'll just automatically have that going for you. So that's one less thing you have to manually do. These are all completely customizable as well. You can create your own smart plans. You can also include text messages in these smart plans as well. So say you want to send your email out, and then 2 days later, you can have it automatically text them and say, hey, did you see that email I sent to you 2 days ago? I wasn't sure what you thought about the stats in your neighborhood. So that's an option there. Sharra was also mentioning, to kind of actually jump back to designs real quick, she was mentioning that she uses Command for her mailings of postcards. That is all done through campaigns. And you can do that here. This is also where you can manage your social media campaigns, or just your scheduled Facebook posts that you want to do for the week or the month. But here's your direct mail campaigns here. You pretty much just create a new campaign here, direct mail, and you just go through and build your template right here. Drop your own photos in, and off it goes. And they are very inexpensive, and the quality is good. So if you are the type that likes to be hands-on with that kind of stuff, you can do that right here. I don't want to go too crazy. I just want to make sure you guys know that you do have these tools at your fingertips if you don't want to offload them to a third party. Although Blink is fantastic, so if you are looking for someone to do that, Blink is the way to go. But if you're looking to do it on your own, you can do it all right here. It's all right here for you. And the vast majority of it costs you $0. So texting will cost you a very small fee per month, depending on how many you send. Mailing, obviously, you'll pay for the postage, but that's kind of about it. Like it's a really robust system, and I'm sure you've heard me talk about it ad nauseum at this point. But there is a way to do all of this stuff here, and I'm always happy to help you do that. So if you ever need me to show you a couple different things, I'm happy to jump in. And you guys also have Gus and Carmen, who's fantastic over there, but I'm always available. So you just feel free to let me know. Did you guys have any questions? I know it was a very high level overview, but I just wanted to make sure you knew you had this. No? Good? Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to throw out there. So Sharra, it's all yours.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, just to kind of wrap up, guys, if you have any questions, let us know. We can't tell you how much really being consistent with our marketing to our sphere has really increased that portion of our business. When we talk about, Zillow proofing your business, this is how you do that, right? This is how you do that, because they're always going to go to, I'm kind of I don't know. they're going to go to Zillow. It's easy to use. They're going to go to realtor.com. It's easy to use. You know, that may be the first place they're going to go, but then when they see your consistent follow-up 4 times a month in front of them in some way, shape, or form, they will send you the Zillow listing that they want to go see. And so I'm sure you guys have that happen to you all the time. So, but that's how we're going to Zillow proof our business. So if you guys need anything, always available, let us know. And then kind of connect with me too. If we want to get some kind of group events up and running, I really do think that, you know, if we can do this at a market center level, it would be really beneficial to all the agents. So, all right. Well, happy 2021, guys. Let us know if you need anything. Talk to you soon, and thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.